Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's cold, it's winter, it's Christmas holidays, and what have we got here? A little bit of a Ford for you, as promised. The Ford Fiesta ST150. It's not a Ferrari, but it's the same colour. And boy, we're going to have some fun with this little thing. Oh, we've got some treats in store with this thing for you. We're going to come on some trips with us if you want. Stay tuned. We're going to visit a racetrack. We're going to go on a tour of the Isle of Man, driving the circuits. But first, before we do any of that, we've got to get it ready. We've got to get reliability. Let's have a look at what we're going to do to this little pocket rocket. What are we going to do with it? That's the question. That's the question everyone asks. Well, for those of you who don't know, quite a few years ago, I built a track car out of one of these. They were going for very little money. We stripped it out, a little pocket rocket. We used it for track days. It was fantastic. We had some great fun in it. Obviously, as time goes on, we had to sell that track car. Now we don't have a track car. And the opportunity to buy this came up. I couldn't really resist. I've had my eye on it for a few years. I kind of said to the person who owns it, if you ever sell it, let me know. I'll take it off you, because I just knew it was a good car. It's actually only had 6 owners. It's 2005, so 21 years old nearly. 6 owners, 83,000 miles, genuine, documented, full service history, all the MOTs from new. It's everything you really want from a car. However, the last owner has owned it for quite a while, daily drove it, probably about 6 years, and it's you can tell it's been daily driven. It's been used, it's been what it's for. So it's a little bit tired, worse for wear, but it's not lacking in maintenance, and there's no rust on it, no bits or stuff like that. No horror stories there, so it won't take much to put right at all. So let's show you around the car. This just sums up little fast forwards of the day. A white stripe with ST written on it. Brilliant. I love stuff like that. You just don't really see it anymore. But you used to see it. Remember the tiger stripes on the old RS turbos? Just legend. I don't know if they came from factory or what. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to split this into 2 sections. So we're going to do a cosmetic refurb and a mechanical refurb. So obviously we've got a track day booked in 4 weeks. I found out the MOT's due before that, which is great. So that means we've got to take it for an MOT. Just a little layer of stuff to get through. So we'll go through it mechanically. We're going to swap the wheels, because these wheels, they are the standard wheels, but they're a bit tired. We're going to get them refurbished. But in the meantime, we've got a little set of baby soft lines with new tyres we're going to put on. We'll use them for the track day. We'll run around in them. They're reliable. I think the tyres on these wheels, they've not been sealed properly. So even though they're good tyres, they've run down. So really, they've probably been compromised. So chances are it needs new tyres. So we're going to put new tyres on it. We're going to change all the fluids. We're going to change the brake fluid, power steering fluid, oil filters, spark plugs, everything. All your service items. We'll do all of that. While we're changing the wheels, we'll check the brakes, we'll check the ball joints, we'll check the bearings, we'll check everything's okay, so it goes through that MOT with no problem at all. And then we've got the cosmetic side of it, which I'll show you now. Cosmetically, well, what can I say? Ford badge. We're going to get a new Ford badge, replace that. ST badge is missing its insert, so we'll pick up a new ST badge. That's easy stuff. We'll back to black the grills again, take them, bring them back to life a little bit. The lights, they're dull. We'll sand them down, fan sand them, get them clear again. That's no problem. Moving along down, we'll back to black these again. Oh, moving down here, the spoiler, suffering from a little bit of lacquer peel. So we'll take that off. We'll wrap that. I think I'm going to wrap it in white. Let me know in the comments what you think. Keep it in white theme with the white stripes. And again, I'm going to replace the ST badge on the back with a white badge. So it'll be white and red. Can you spot that the back end's pink? This is the red, pink. The tailgate's also pink. It's faded, the old Ford fade. And then the pink actually ends here where it's been blended in. So I would say that tailgate's been painted at some point in the past. That bumper's been painted. You can see the difference there now. Definitely. And then the new paint's faded. And that's where it was kind of blended in. See the pink, and then back into the red here. You can actually see the line there where the paint ends. But that's no big deal. A little bit of paint correction will solve that. Moving on to the inside for a 20-year-old car. I mean, look, we've cheated a little bit. We had it valeted as soon as I picked it up. Because, like I say, it's been used. It's had kids in the back. It's had all sorts in it. It's been used to carry stuff. But the condition, it's come up an absolute treat. Really happy with it. I mean, tiny bit of wear on the bolster there. But we can re-black that. I probably won't bother, though, to be honest. It's just part of the patina. Moving on to under the bonnet, you can clearly see at some point this has had a bit of a fun. Someone's had a bit of fun with it. I would imagine it wasn't the person I bought it off. I would imagine it was done previously to that. But there's a ram air system on there already. There would have been an original air filter housing on here, which is gone in place of the ram air induction system. And obviously there's a breather there because that's missing. Alloy header tank, again, an upgrade, and when you drive it, it pops, it bangs, and it's on a standard exhaust with quite a lot of popping and banging, so something tells me there's a fair old map in this thing. And then if you look down here, a little giveaway there of the fuse for an aftermarket stereo. And if we look in the boot, just to confirm our suspicions, there's the wires, the amp leads from the aftermarket stereo. That's been in there at some point. This has had a sound system in it, so it's done exactly what it should have been. It's been a fast forward. I mean, just look at the condition now, though. It's for a 20-year-old car. There you go. Absolutely mint under there. There's a crayon. So there we are. What a little bit of fun. So in the past, I'm not a professional car restorer or anything like that. I'm just a hobbyist. I've done a lot of Fords, XR3is, XR2s, RS turbos, things like that. And unfortunately now, the prices of those, they're up in the sort of dealers and collectors money, where you would have paid under £1,000 for a car. You could have had some fun with it, messed about with it. Those cars are sort of 6,000 to 10,000 now. You know, your £3,000 cars, they're 10 to 20,000 pounds. So you're into a realm of money that's not really fun anymore, you know, because you've got so much invested in it. These really are at the bottom of the market now. I mean, between £1,000 and £3,000 these cars fetch, depending on the condition, and what a lot of fun you can have for that money. If you look around, shop around, you can pick them up for £1,000, and yeah, just like the old Fords there, brilliant. Have some fun with them. One of the reasons we moved on to the Ferraris was because of the cost of the Fords. Some of the higher end Fords now, because we're things like that, you can't play with them because the money is. You can buy Ferraris and Lamborghinis for that money. So let's get these wheels off. 17-inch Ford wheels from this era. They are notorious for not sealing properly around the tyre. And I mean, slow punches, letting the air out. You drive them, you get a bit of a low pressure, and then the tyre's compromised. These tyres went flat when I had it in storage for a couple of months. So I know they're not sealed properly. The chances are it's been driven with low pressure, so the chances are those tyres have been compromised. But they're a great looking wheel, so we'll have them refurbished, I think, and we'll try and find some centre caps for it, or we'll just keep our eye out in the meantime for maybe another set that I'm in with centre caps. But because we're going on the track, we're going to use these little baby 15-inch soft lines that I had from another project. They've got brand new Nankang tyres on, so we've got good reliability there, and yeah, we can have some fun with these. So the first thing I want to do is change these wheels. As we're changing them, we'll jack up each side one at a time. When we've got it up in the air, we'll check the ball joints, we'll check the brakes, we'll give it a good looking over to make sure that everything's a-okay for that MOT, because we don't want any problems when we go there. I've already looked underneath for any rot or any stuff like that, and I can't see anything. So we're good on that side of it, which is a massive side of it. Right, I'm going to swap these wheels, and then let me know in the comments what you think, because it might look a bit different. Love it or hate it, it'll go around corners at Oldham Park faster. Maybe. Well, it will, because it'll have air in the tyres. When have you ever seen one of these cars with a roof rack? Not only a roof rack, a genuine Ford factory fitted roof rack. Well, never really, but it just adds to the look. I kind of like it. I love it, really. You add that to the missing centre caps, the kind of ratty look to it. I think it's awesome. So I'm going to leave them on, have some fun with it. I might even find an old suitcase to strap to it just for fun. As we're changing the wheels, we're going to check everything as we go. So this is the rear wheel. It'll wobble from side to side, top to bottom, no play in that bearing. Everything's nice and free, there's no noise. All good. Let's get the wheel off. It's the wheel off. So let's have a look around here. Caliper, it's red. I've already done the other side. The other side I think's had a new caliper because it's not red. This one's red. It's a Lucas caliper. I'm not sure if that's an original. It looks like it is. There was some sort of modification, like when these have been painted. I can tell the paint's on the rubbers. So yeah, that's a nice touch though. I'll probably paint them again then. Pads are Delphis, pretty new to be honest. Cheap ones. Discs are in good condition. Brake pipe, it's okay. No corrosion there. We'll probably put some lube on that to keep it moist, stop it from corroding. Brake flexor, no splits, no leaks. Again, the rest of the brake pipe, this is in good condition. Protective mud, Ford protective mud, needs a good good clean, no leaks from the shock absorber, that's all good. And springs in good condition. It's puny little original spring. Want lowering springs on if you ask me, and lowering shocks, but we'll see. It probably need them when I put them 15s on. Rear axle is just it wants blasting really and painting if you want it to be a show pony, but to be fair, probably just a bit of protection on these areas now. As it's 20 years old, I'll just stop it from getting to a point where it's too far gone. Moving on to the front wheel, we've checked the bearing again with the wheel on, took it off. If you look there, we can see it's protected by dirt. Is that an original shock? Possibly, who knows, I have to look into that. Again, there's no major rot. It probably again just needs a layer of protection putting on it now. The ABS cable, that's all good condition there. Brake flexi, no leaks or splits, that's fine. This caliper looks like it's been replaced a while ago. It's a genuine Ford one. The carrier's red, that's not, so something's been changed there. But again, it's just maintenance. Pads are basically brand new. Discs are basically brand new. This rubber is not in bad condition. The rubber looks mint, yet the end is all corroded. Bizarre. Again, we've got bushes down here to check with the bar. Drop links are all in good condition. There's the anti-roll bar. I don't think we should have any problems there, MOT wise. Next wheel on. And onto the driver's side. Now, again, it's a genuine Ford caliper, but this one's red. The carrier's red, so that tells me that that side has definitely been changed at some point. Now, there was definitely an addition, and part of that addition was standard red calipers. I'm going to look into that a little bit. This is the shock absorber. Spring's in good condition. It's a bit corroded. Shock absorber's corroded, but it's no leaks on it or anything like that. It's just surface rust. That proves now that the other side isn't a genuine and it has been changed because it's different markings. That actually says ST150 on it, to be honest, on the Ford badge there. Flexi pipe's good. Drop links are good. CV boots are good. Trackward ends are good. Everything's good. And I shouldn't have any problems with this side on the MOT. Well, there we have it. 15-inch softline wheels. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Some call these a poverty spec Ford wheel. I think they look quite good. Obviously, they're only temporary, but it definitely changes the look of the car. Add the roof rack to the wheels, and I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. While we were doing the little inspection on the wheel areas, I kept talking about a limited edition ST that had red calipers. I've looked into that a little bit. It's an ST500. They only made 500 of them. It was the last 500 to roll off the production line in 2008. So this being a 2005 model, obviously isn't a special edition, unfortunately. What a shame. Just imagine that if you'd stumbled across a nice little limited edition without realising it. Oh well, maybe next time. First job, maintenance-wise, mechanically, fluids. We're going to do all the fluids, as we said. The first one we're going to do is the power steering fluid. The reason we're going to do this first, it's very technical, is because it's the only fluid we've got enough of on the shelf to do. The rest of the stuff we're going to have to go shopping for this afternoon. So we've got some power steering fluid. It's not the most expensive stuff in the world, but on these cars it tends to boil, so you're changing it all the time. So how do you change the power steering fluid on an ST150? Well, it's really simple. It's probably one of the simplest jobs. Basically, here's your power steering reservoir. So you take your lid off, clean it all up nice and clean, so you can see if there's any leaks when you've done it. The return pipe comes to here, which we've disconnected and put into this empty container. And we've got now a funnel in here. So basically turn the steering, not with the engine running, from lock to lock. So go one way to lock, and that'll, as it's doing it, it'll pump the steering fluid around the system. Because we broke the system, it'll just pump the old fluid into the bottle, and then we'll keep topping up the new fluid. And once we see new fluid pumping through into the bottle, we know we've gone through the full system. And it's as simple as that, really. Brand new, perfectly clean. That's it. That's all been changed now. So put your cap back on. This is what we took out. If you ever wonder what old power steering fluid looks like, there it is. Have a look at that. Actually not too bad. A little bit black. It's not too bad. Such a simple job that it takes no time at all. It costs very little, but it makes a massive difference to the performance of the car. Same with your brake fluid. It just breaks down over time. Just change it, you'll see a massive difference in it. So while we were changing the power steering fluid, I checked the brake fluid. I was going to change that, but it's really clear, it's crystal, so there's no point changing it. It's in really good condition. The coolant's in good condition, that's all, as it should be, at the right levels. Maybe we'll top it up a little bit with some deionized water, but you know, that's nice and easy. So belt and braces, we're going to change the oil. We've got the oil filter, the oil. We're going to change the plugs, and we're going to take this ram air filter off and blast it out so it's clean. And also the intake for that, the little cold air pipe, doesn't actually face the front of the car underneath. It goes off to the side, so that one's turning, so it's facing forward, so it rams the air in. Ram air, not sideways air, forwards ramming. So we've dropped the oil. It's not too bad. It's a bit dirty, but it really is nice to have a car for once to start with that's like in fairly good condition, well maintained. It's mint underneath this car. Unbelievable. For the age, for the money, you can't go wrong. I highly recommend it. That's the oil dropped. That's the oil filter off. Showing you this little trick before. You just get a little bit of old engine oil and run it round the seal, rubber seal. These are really easy to get to on this car. Sometimes they're right up the back and it goes right down your hand. This is really good, really easy. You just run that up there now. Somehow. Nice and tidy. So a little bit of an angle, that one. There you go. Spin it up. And just little nip. And that'll do it. Got that little nipper tool. Happy days. A little bit of trivia for you. This takes 4.3 litres of oil, apparently. according to the old workshop manual. So we'll put 4 litres in, and then we'll drop it down level, check it, and then top it up. And what we check it with is this, called a dipstick. Amazing piece of technology that works for years, ever since the beginning of the motor car. We use the dipstick to check the oil. And the good thing about a dipstick is you don't need the ignition on, you don't need to program anything, you don't need an ECU. You just dip the stick in the hole and it works every time. So what's the best thing you can do when you've got a really simple thing like this that works is remove it from all your modern cars and just not have one. And we'll just look at the computer to tell us if it's got oil in or not. But it won't tell us till it's warm. And by that time, we've already damaged the engine. Progress, my friend, progress. You watch. Do electric cars have dipsticks? Apart from the people who buy them, obviously. I wouldn't think they do, would they? Do they have motors? Do they have fluid in the electric motors to keep it lubricated? Won't do, will it? Would it have fluid in differentials, if there's any differentials on there? Or is there a motor on each wheel? Who knows? Who cares? All we know is, remember, you were lucky enough to be the generation of the dipstick. Also, another thing, you can use a funnel, but I like to use these. Cut the top off a lemonade bowl, or a Coke bowl, or a 7-Up bowl. It can be anything that's in it, as long as you wipe it. It's not got fizz in it. Pop it in there. It's a perfect funnel. My way of recycling, my way of saving the planet. Who needs to buy a funnel? I've got funnels. Well, do you know what's good about that is you don't need to hold it. It just kind of stays there itself while you're pouring. Don't bugger off. Don't fall out or anything. I should patent them, shouldn't I? I wonder how much I could sell them for. If I branded them, I'd probably get good money for them. Lemonade.com. Lemonade oil. Anyway, I'm not sponsored by oil, just so you know. This is just what I picked up. I'll cover it up if you want. I've not got the big sponsors. If you want to sponsor me, then that'd be great. I could do some road trips around the world or something crazy, or I could just waste loads of oil because I've got a sponsor and I don't need it, and I don't care how much it costs. But for me, I have to pay for it, and it's quite expensive. So I have to sort of get in the middle of the range stuff, depending on what car it's going in. Obviously, if it's going in the Ferrari, it's different, but in this is Ford rated. We wanted Castrol. I usually use Castrol, not that I'm promoting it, but it was just not available on New Year's Day, and it can be quite expensive. You've got to wait for the sales. This is just as good, Ford grade, reasonably priced. That's what's going in. Next job, spark plugs, brand new, NGKs, not bad. These underneath these little things here, underneath your plug leads. Yeah, got a proper TV now. I'll come back to that. Now, they were quite tight. These plug leads will go in these holes there. So there's 4 of them. On these cars, it's quite good because they're different lengths, so you never really lose which is the number. But if they're the same length, don't mix them up because it has a firing order. And if you get the firing order mixed up, it won't run very well. And then inside there is your spark plug. And you just use a long socket, pulls your spark plug out, new spark plug, old spark plug. Yeah, not actually too bad. They obviously go black anyway because they burn you. What you want to be looking for is any fluid or oil around here, because if there's oil in there, then that means oil's got in your chamber, and that's bad. That means some seals have gone, or rings or something. But you can see by this sort of failing here, they're ready for changing them. So pop that bad boy into your little rubber thing that holds it. Drop it in your hole, nice and tidy. Tighten that up. Repeat that 4 times and you've done your plugs. So that's reading just over full on the dipstick now. So the next thing to do, start it up, run it for about 30 seconds, let the oil run through, fill the oil filter and everything, let it settle, check it again, and we should be bang on the money. bad things have happened. A small spillage. Not only did we manage to spill a bit of oil out the bucket next to the mat, we spilled some on the mat, which then ran through the edges of the mat, and now I've got a square oil stain on my drive. So, Operation Cleanup commence. Comes at a price, this hobby, you know. Knackered. Well, I'm happy with that. It's mechanically ready to go. Just got a couple more things to check. The lights, the horn, the washers, the wipers, basic MOT stuff that we can do from up top. That's easy. And then we're just waiting for the new badges, the new Ford badge, the new ST badge, and the new mats. A bit of paint correction over the weekend. Bob's your uncle.